My life in Prague. Hello. My name is Sara. I am 9 years old. I live in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, Prague. It is the capital of the Czech Republic. It is a city full of history, stunning buildings, and exciting places. Today, I will tell you about my life here. I hope you will enjoy hearing my story. My day starts early in the morning when the sun rises over the city, casting a golden glow on the red rooftops of Prague. I wake up to the sound of the church bells ringing in the distance. There are many old churches in Prague, and you can hear their bells every hour. I get out of bed, brush my teeth, and get dressed. My mom always makes me a yummy breakfast. Sometimes it is scrambled eggs, but my favorite is rollick, a bread roll with butter and jam. The rollick is crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside and delicious. After breakfast, I grab my backpack and head out the door. My school is just a short walk from our house, so I usually walk with my mom or dad. As we walk through the cobblestone streets, I love to look at all the old buildings around me. Prague feels like a fairy tale city. School in Prague is enjoyable. My school is in the city's heart, and the building is ancient. It has tall windows and wooden floors that creak when you walk. My classroom is big and bright, with posters of famous Czech writers and scientists on the walls. My favorite subjects are history and art. In the history class, we learn about the kings and queens who once ruled Prague, like Charles IV. Charles IV built the famous Charles Bridge. Our teacher loves taking us on field trips to see the historical places we learn about in class. We once visited Vyšehrad, an old fortress with fantastic city views. It was so cool to walk where knights and kings once stood. During recess, I play with my friends in the schoolyard. We love playing football and running around. My best friend, Tomas, and I always team up. We both dream of becoming professional football players one day. We also play fun games like hide and seek or tag. School is always more fun with friends. I live with my mom, dad, and little sister, Eva. My dad is an architect who designs impressive buildings. Sometimes, he shows me his sketches, and I love seeing the creative ideas he comes up with. My mom is a teacher, but she teaches at a different school. She helps me with my homework, especially when I have to write stories or essays. Eva is 5 years old. She is full of energy. She loves playing with her dolls and building things with her blocks. Sometimes we argue, but I always help her when she needs it, especially when we play together. Our family loves spending time together. On weekends, we often go for long walks by the Vltava River, which runs through the city. There is a beautiful park near the river where we have picnics and feed the ducks. Eva gets super excited when the ducks come up to eat the bread we throw. We live in a cozy neighborhood in Prague. The streets are lined with colorful houses, each one a little different. Our home is yellow with a red roof, and there is a small garden in the back where we grow flowers and vegetables. The neighbors are friendly, and many of them have kids my age. There is a park nearby where we all play after school. The park has tall trees, swings, and a small slide playground. In the fall, the leaves turn bright orange and red, and my friends and I have fun jumping into piles of leaves. One of my favorite things about our neighborhood is the little bakery on the corner. They sell fresh pastries every morning, and the smell of baking bread fills the air. Sometimes, my mom takes me there after school, and I get a treat like a colic, a sweet pastry with fruit or cheese in the middle. Prague is known for its rich arts and culture. The buildings are like pieces of art themselves, with detailed designs and statues everywhere. One of the most incredible things to see in Prague is the puppet shows. Puppet theater is trendy here, and the puppets are often hand-carved from wood. The shows are usually based on old fairy tales or legends and are fun to watch. My family took me to a puppet show about a famous Czech story called The Good Soldier Svěček. It was so funny. The puppets moved so smoothly that they almost looked alive. I also love going to concerts. Prague has many beautiful concert halls, and sometimes my family goes to see classical music performances. Once, we went to the Rudolfinum, a grand building where famous musicians play. The music was so beautiful, and the room was huge, with golden decorations everywhere. Tomas is my best friend, but I have many other friends too. After school, we often hang out in the park, playing football or riding our bikes around the neighborhood. We have known each other since we were little and share the same interests. Sometimes, we go on little adventures, exploring new parts of the city. Prague is full of hidden gardens and courtyards. We love discovering them. Once, Tomas and I found an old, overgrown garden near a church. It was like stepping into a secret world. We sat there, imagining it was a magical place where knights and wizards once lived. It is fun to dream and explore with friends. Prague is full of festivals and celebrations. My favorite time of year is Christmas. In December, the city is covered in twinkling lights, and Christmas markets are in every big square. My family always visits the market in Old Town Square. It is a magical place with a giant Christmas tree, stalls selling handmade crafts, and the smell of cinnamon and hot chocolate. I always look forward to eating trdelník, a sweet pastry baked on a stick covered in sugar and nuts. It is warm and tasty. We also especially celebrate Easter here. People decorate eggs with colorful designs, and there are Easter markets where you can buy traditional Czech food and crafts. My mom helps us paint eggs, and we hang them on a tree branch in our living room. It is a tradition that I love. Football is my favorite sport. I am part of a local team, and we practice twice weekly. We play matches against other teams in Prague, which is always exciting. I dream of someday becoming a professional football player, just like my heroes. My dad sometimes takes me to see Slavia Prague play at their stadium. The atmosphere is electric, with all the fans cheering and waving flags. I imagine myself playing in front of a big crowd one day. In the summer, I also enjoy swimming. There is an outdoor pool near our neighborhood, and I love spending hot days there with my family. We swim, splash, and have races. In the winter, when the city is covered in snow, we ice skate at a rink. Staying on my feet is tricky, but I am getting better. One of my proudest moments was winning an art competition at school. The theme was my city. I painted a picture of Prague Castle with the river in front of it. My teacher loved it so much that she put it in the school hallway for everyone to see. I felt so proud when my classmates told me they liked my painting. Prague is full of famous places to visit. One of the most well-known landmarks is Charles Bridge. It is a stone bridge that crosses the Vltava River, and it is lined with statues of saints. The bridge is always full of people, and you can see street performers and artists drawing portraits for tourists. My family and I often walk across it, and the city view from the bridge is incredible. Another place I love is the Prague Astronomical Clock in Old Town Square. It is a massive clock on the side of a tower, and every hour, little figures come out and move around. People gather in the square to watch it. It is one of the oldest astronomical clocks in the world, and it is fascinating how it still works after all these years. Czech food is delicious. My favorite dish is svikova, beef with a creamy vegetable sauce and bread dumplings. It is a traditional Czech meal that we often have on special occasions. I also love eating goulash, a hearty stew made with meat and vegetables. My mom makes the best goulash. We always have it with dumplings or potatoes. For dessert, I love kolis, which are sweet pastries filled with fruit or cheese. My grandma makes them for us when we visit her in the countryside. They are soft, sweet, and perfect with a glass of milk. Prague has 4 distinct seasons, each with its unique activities. In the spring, the city is full of blooming flowers and trees. My family often goes for walks in the parks, enjoying the fresh air and the beauty of nature, waking up after winter. Summer is warm and sunny, and we spend a lot of time outdoors, swimming and having picnics by the river. Autumn is my favorite season. The leaves on the trees turn bright red, yellow, and orange, and the air is cool and crisp. I walked through the parks, kicking up the leaves with my feet. Winter in Prague is magical, especially when it snows. The city looks like a winter wonderland, and we enjoy ice skating and building snowmen in the park. I have big dreams for the future. One day, I want to become a professional football player and play for a famous team like Slavia Prague. I also want to travel and visit new places, but Prague will always be home wherever I go. Living in Prague has taught me to appreciate history, art, and the beauty of nature. It is a city that feels old and new, full of surprises and adventures waiting to be discovered. I have learned that staying curious and exploring the world around you is essential. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my life in Prague, and maybe one day you will visit this magical city.